We're gonna be watching Jim Jarmusch's Stranger in Paradise. I chose this movie because I've heard about his sort of guerrilla upbringing, and I thought it'd be interesting as a filmmaker to watch it and try to pick up a few things from it. Also, I'm like really interested in like the New York filmmakers. There's something raw and edgy about their guerrilla style. I think about like the Safdies, Greta Gerwig's early works, even Scorsese's early works. I feel like there's so much to learn from that time, or even in that region. There's something about New York. New York is like this energy where people don't care about what others think, and they just go out and do. And I feel like even though I've never watched a Jim Jarmusch, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but even though I haven't seen his stuff, I feel like it's in that direction. So we're gonna give Stranger in Paradise a look and see how that is. You know it's gonna be good when Janus Films logo shows up. I feel like the intro, the logos always have the font. It always says something. You know they had to time that shot. They were waiting for it. She's the new arrival. Oh shit, they got a plane arriving and a plane departing. John Leary. The music's dope. I think that's John Leary.
No, I never agreed to that.
Agreed to what?
I don't even consider myself a part of the family. Do you understand?
Oh, that's real. Oh, the auntie's in the hospital and he has to take in the cousin. That was a one take, or a one shot. The new world. She's just gonna jam out to music as she walks through the city, eh? Yo, look at the background. So much texture. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is something I don't think you can just easily get on a Los Angeles setting. Oh, we're going for another long shot. There's this like long blackouts. Cuts to the next scene. Just chilling, waiting, not doing much. I'm really interested in this interaction.
Don't speak Hungarian at all. Only
He's anti-Hungarian. Oh, it's her first time in a New York apartment, I guess. What's she gonna do for 10 days? I noticed the ambience track is quite seamless even when we go through the blackout moments. But you can hear the ambience of the neighborhood, a baby crying, car screeching. This is what I mean about these New York guerrilla films. They just capture the essence of the environment. So interesting. New York is like the capital of the capital. It's like the epicenter of the world. And I'm sure she's getting that like that same vibe I did when I got there the first time. I went there the first time. Cool guy. This guy slept right through it. That phone is like right on top of the TV. Cool guy. Who is cool guy?
It's like, yeah, I know what's going on. Put some motherfuckers together.
Ballsy. I used to love those when I was a kid. Especially the Michelinas.
I got my dessert, and I don't even have to wash the dishes.
It's poor man's food. I like that rooster, or a peacock ornament just on the desk there. Probably the most expensive thing in the house. We haven't even seen her go outside. Who this guy? What do these guys do? Like, what does John's character do? He wants her to go. Seems like a cool guy. She's gonna sneak out. She doesn't seem like the type to just stay in the house. Oh, I guess she stayed. I like John's performance. I feel like he's not paying attention to anything else but his world, his own world. And he's unapologetic about it. This is another day? Oh, I think I'm starting to get this. This is life at home. And this is what this movie's about, is like all interiors. I kind of find that really interesting because like we live so much of our life outside as well. And imagine just documenting what happens at home. It's almost like theater, you know? You can't really, sometimes a lot of theater shows happen in one house, in one place. Like Death of a Salesman, Streetcar Named Desire, Fifu and Her Friends. So that's a great one. Yeah, movies tend to like try to break off or include both interiors, exteriors, and tell the stories around that. Even script writing, when you write scripts, there's a scene heading and you start with either interior, exterior to let, you know, the reader know whether we're inside or outside. Not so much with theater. I mean, I feel like plays are written differently. I haven't read much plays in my life, but I know that plays have a lot of leeway in terms of like making it very poetic compared to script writings. Is that what it really means? She jacked those? Coming straight out of her jacket. Hungarian style. She got balls. He likes her.
You're alright, kid.
She came to win. What is that player? Is it a radio? Is it a cassette player? That song is so iconic, man. I think I've heard it from some commercial growing up. Forget what it was.
And he's a wild man, so bug off.
Standing her ground. Clothes. Oh, that's cute. It's different from the clothes that she's wearing. Oh, she thinks it's ugly. That's what I was gonna say. It's not her style. I feel like she could rock John's style. The fedora, the leather jacket. She's wearing it. She looks like an old maid. Oh, she's leaving. I was wondering why John was looking like that. He's never had to say bye to somebody.
So I don't know, take care of yourself.
So I don't know, take care of yourself. Yeah, maybe. That's a pretty damn good going away scene. Now we're in the exterior. Oh, she wore that just for him. Now she's going back to herself. Who is that? Oh, that's John's friend. Oh, she just threw it out. She's so gangster, man. She's just so cool about everything. She's like just kind of rolling with the flow. He misses her, man. He never had anybody like that close to him. Oh, she came back? Oh no, yeah, it's in the trash now. I like the tempo of that scene a little bit. Like, I don't know, it just kind of, it's not awkward, but there's like these pauses and these like, such an interesting relationship these two have. It's like they've been pals for so long. And it's the kind of relationship where you don't know entirely what to say, or you've never been in a situation where you could talk about this. That was powerful. That's very familiar with a lot of my relationships with my relatives. Just sit there, crack a beer open, wait about a minute or two before somebody says something. And it's about nothing. Those guys playing poker. We're in somebody else's house right now. There's a cross in the back there. I feel like the guy in the foreground on the left side is more like John and his buddy. But those two other guys, I don't know, they look like sort of academics.
I don't believe this, man. Every time Eddie deals, Willie wins. Every time Willie deals, Willie wins.
What are you saying?
It's a conspiracy. Then why you gotta say it? Then why you gotta say it? No. I remember they were cheating. You guys like, I don't know. This one, I don't know. Look at this camera angle, top down. Cleveland. I think they're gonna go to Cleveland.
I don't want nothing. You think this thing's gonna make it to Cleveland?
Knew it.
If you
I knew
don't,
they were gonna
we'll
go
just
Cleveland.
ditch
I like that. I like how low key, you know, he misses Eva. Look at this guy. What is he doing? I'm just going to
Where do you
work. I was just standing there in a factory. Can you imagine working in the factory? These guys are hustlers, man. I feel bad. He felt bad for talking that guy. What was that about? Cut it out, Willie.
How much money we got?
Oh, we got a lot.
How much is a lot, Eddie?
We got a lot. We got almost $600.
You're alright, Eddie.
You're all right, Eddie.
You know?
I feel like that was like a thing they said back in like the 30s, 40s. You're all right. You're all right. John's just chilling there with his feet up on the dashboard like that, drinking a beer. Eddie's so like, I don't know, a little bit more uptight. How would I describe Eddie? I don't know. Seems a little bit more like less loose as John.
I thought you were an American.
Hey, I'm as American as
Thought
you
you were an
are.
American. So a year has gone by. I like this. I like the attention to the backdrop that Jarmusch
Cleveland
seems to
look a little
capture.
like Budapest?
Eddie, shut up.
Well, I mean, with a lot of these churches by the freeway, it does give it a very Eastern European. Music is pretty eerie. That's the introduction to Cleveland theme song. This industrial landscape. Ooh, look at that shot. It's like smoke, pipes, or Willie's out of focus slightly. Oh, he's in focus now. Feels cold. Cleveland feels cold. So many different ways, dark and cold. Whose place is this? How can I thinking of you? I could see why he changed his name from Bella to Willie. Bella is kind of feminine. Too feminine for Willie. Take off your hat, bro. Skip it. You know what I just realized? I think Bellatar is Hungarian. Or is he Polish? Might be a connection between Jim Jarmusch and Bellatar. I'm gonna look into that.
You're looking really good, Aunt Lottie.
She's so cute. Oh, I guess Ava's living with her. Is that her aunt or her mother? But I feel like she's arrived there to help her out.
You like it?
It's very
Tell
good.
it that.
It's delicious.
Thank
That's
you.
the only
That's what
answer.
I'm saying.
When you're eating your friend's food or your friend's parents' food, it's delicious. We're at the hot dog stand. This guy's acting very shady. Oh, there she is. Collar's
Really?
popped.
What are you? Oh yeah.
We borrowed it.
We borrowed it.
Are you in trouble?
Are you in trouble? This is a really cool take on like having relatives who are immigrant come to the country and like developing relationship. I feel like oftentimes you see movies like deal with the characters who is immigrating because it's I don't know, maybe it's because there's challenges
I don't know.
that can be made into a story. She wants to go kung fu movie. That guy likes her. She gonna hang out with her cousin.
Oh, we're in Cleveland, Willie. Why don't we go see the Cavaliers? Oh, they have a terrible team. So what?
They're a terrible team.
48 or something like that.
Oh, and 48.
Yeah, we're not doing anything.
Hey, tickets will be cheaper.
We could go. We came all this way to see you. We can go to the movies with you, right?
All right.
It could be fun, no?
Auntie don't want her to go out and getting in trouble. She's just being a mom, man. She's just being a guardian.
Go ahead.
Are we going to the movies? Eddie's hilarious. Eddie's the comic relief. Are we going to the movies? The guy's sitting on the other end. He's trying to get her to catch his eye. Little sneaky bastard. He didn't come for the movie. He came for her. Sound like an old school horror soundtrack on top of a kung fu movie. He's still trying to catch her eye. Yeah.
Billy.
He paid for it. This guy's still trying to get some, man. They have no idea what they're doing there. Now they're just taking a stroll, checking out the city. I don't know, yeah, kind of. These guys are aimless, man. They don't know where they're going. They don't know
You know, it's
when
funny.
they should go.
me
He's
tell you
like
a
a
joke.
big brother to her. That's it. That's him and Eddie. Oh, they live by construction. That must be annoying. Cards, man. Cards. It's funny, man.
pretty good
Growing
game,
up,
right?
I used to play cards all the time by myself with people. Always had
I
a
am
deck or
living
two.
there.
That's family. No, you can't. Billy's a sucker.
So you
Hey, I'm
guys
the
wanna go
winner.
Let's go.
It's freezing cold out. I wonder how long they've been staying in Cleveland. Ooh, looks like a snowstorm. This movie does give me Bellatar vibes. Maybe it's the black and white. Maybe it's also the texture. It's like very similar texture. They're just looking into nothing. They're just the lake. You can't even see the lake. The snowstorm is so heavy. The only one that's really acknowledging that is Eddie. He's like looking around like, why the hell are we here? He's the one that looks the coldest too.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Cleveland, from the looks of it, I don't think I want to go to Cleveland now, ever. East 9 and 9. For Ava, as they pronounce it. Paradise. We went from New World to Paradise. Oh, Florida's gonna be paradise.
I've never been there.
You're a jerk, Eddie. You know that? No, come on.
Why?
Pete's
That
going
sounds
back
like a
to New
plan.
York.
Might as well,
That's the
right?
next thing.
Take the aunt with you guys. She's alone too. Poor Aunt Lodi. She said good for nothing. Aw.
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. Ava needs it though.
Ah, you bring your little bikini along? Sure.
Eddie wasn't joking. He wants her to bring a bikini. Hey, back then you can fit 3 people in the front seat, huh? She
Not
loves
bad.
this track. Screaming Jay. This is my main man. Billy don't got a chance compared to Screaming Jay. This is driving music. You know, and thinking about the filmmaking sense, I feel like that track, the Screaming Jay track, is like, it lifts you up, man. When you hear it, you just kind of bump to it. Eddie does all the driving, huh? Everybody's passed out. He's the only one that's got his eyes on the road. Not gonna lie, that's me though. I'll be the one that passed out. I'll be the first one to pass out on those family road trips. Oh, they're in Florida now. Palm trees. Yeah, he got his boy one too. There's something about sunglasses in movies, you know? Kind of reminds me like Old Boy comes out with the glasses. There's another movie recently I watched that did it too. Kill Bill. She puts on the glasses when she kills one of the nurses. Even also in Kill Bill too, there was a shot where one of the, I guess he's a sheriff or whatever, and they're discovering the murders. There was like 3 sunglasses on the dashboard, And he's driving up to the place, and you could tell he's one of those, like, that's a flex, man. Like, if you have 3 sunglasses just sitting on your dashboard, you're not the type to take the car out for crazy spins or anything. You leave that to the other police officers. Motel to motel. It's an interesting motel. It looks like it's like somewhere in the boonies or something. That music a little bit more upbeat than the Cleveland music, though. Dun, 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 dun. I thought you guys were. Get down, get down. Oh, he just walked right by there. He didn't see nothing. I always thought it was kind of weird that hotels had like this limited amount of people they let into a hotel room when you can just sneak them in.
Will you finish the peanuts? Yeah. Then what'd you pack them for?
And what'd you pack them for?
The idea was for you to sneak in. You understand?
She don't give a shit no more. Yeah, that was a roll-out bed.
I'm not gonna sleep.
Nobody wants to sleep on that. I love you guys. This moment reminds me of that hotel motel scene in Hal Ashby's The Last Detail. You know what? I thought Eddie would have been cool about it. He seems to be the type of guy that kind of goes with the flow. But that shit looks uncomfortable. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, the sound too. The creak. I don't know. It seems like Willie's having doubts about that dog race. Maybe he doesn't want to go. Maybe he's having conflicting ideas about just gambling. Oh, they're gone. There's the untied shoes. The joke left her all alone in the motel. A motel that's like in the middle of nowhere. Took the car, left. What's she gonna do, man? She's not gonna stay there. I feel like she's just gonna get up and wander about. Unless she's afraid that the motel will find out she snuck in there. I bet these guys, they just gambled all their money away. I feel like that's the direction it's going. They're gonna be stuck in Florida. See that shot right there? That's a Bellatar shot. The music too. Like slow, guess strings. She's been through a lot, it looks like, you know, coming all the way from Hungary, New York, Cleveland, Florida. Oh, it's a cassette player. A mobile cassette player. Oh, they're back. Oh, they lost the money. Just the way they came into that motel.
Can't win them all.
They just went on a good feeling. Sometimes a good feeling doesn't
You take me dog
turn
races
out
and
right,
you
man.
say,
Oof. Shit. I think that's the first time I saw Willie snap like that.
sorry.
I'm sorry. What do you do from here? Just stroll on the beach. Doesn't cost any money. Eddie doesn't look like he's taking it as hard as Willie is. That look. Willie's look at him. That was great. That was such a great moment. What a great moment to counter that low of finding out that they lost everything. Yeah. If he had a good feeling at first and it went bad, maybe try to go off of his bad feeling. Eddie's ride or die, man. Ava is like the little sibling that can't go where her older siblings are going, but wants to so bad. See Chess gift shop. What, she bought her something for herself? She bought herself a hat. She's just strolling, man. She ain't got no money. Who's that? Who's this guy? The dome piece. Look at this guy. He got like a Cyclops glasses. Yo, that was a funny... Oh, there's lightning in the back there. Oh, she got some money in her pocket now. Whoa, such a coincidence. Unexpected. She's the one that's supposed to get the money. Oh, that's a funny turn of events. Oh yeah, count that money. How come? She didn't even count it. Oh, she left a few bucks for them and she's gonna head out. She's gonna leave them a note. That's nice of her. She didn't have to do that. She's gone. Oh, these guys hit the jackpot. And they're drunk too. Get the fuck out of here. Shit, she's gone. Some more money. On top of the money they won. Oh, can he read? Can he read Hungarian? Oh, he can read Hungarian? I'm even more curious. I thought this guy was like second, third generation Hungarian. This is probably first generation. Where did she get all this money? Oh, I thought she had just bought that hat.
There is one remaining flight.
Oh, she's flying back to Hungary. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know which country Budapest is in. I know which country Madrid is, and Paris. Budapest? What? That's a mission. He's gonna go on a plane to take her off the plane? You're gonna have to stir up some shit, though. And what if he doesn't want to go back with you? Even Eddie's like, yo, I don't think this is a good idea. Oh, is the movie gonna end at an airport as it started in an airport? Oh, that's a cool shot. Wow. Oh no. William got on the flight with her. Get in touch with his roots, man. Oh, what? She didn't go on the flight. She felt bad. She's like, ah, shit, Dev left. Ava is those characters that are okay to be alone. Directed by Jim Jarmusch. Wow, Stranger Than Paradise by Jim Jarmusch. Made in 1984. It's these movies like that just makes me like love filmmaking in a low budget, real. Cause it was really clever. And like even the first third of it all takes place in one room after she arrives, and then the second is like sort of this second third part of the movie is like it's a road movie, and characters just a synergy between them, and they kind of all need one another, to keep them moving forward. And the way it was shot, it was just like it had still that New York feeling to it, like that the attitude, almost the sassiness, and then it went into like, I don't know, there's moments where it was just like quiet and contemplative, especially when you see the environments, the shots of the environment, the settings, when you're in New York, the buildings, and then you go to Cleveland and it's like almost like flat land, but it also this industrial space, and then you go into the third part of it and you're in Florida, but it's like empty Florida, it's almost like opposite of, or not opposite, but it's like the darker, colder sides of these cities, and they don't have the answers sometimes when we go out and travel and go out to see new places. But also these guys bring along with them some of their vice, and it doesn't, just because they go off to a new space, it doesn't change the way they are. I find that really interesting. And the performances, man, I thought John was really good at it. And I was saying earlier, it reminded me of Bellatar's work. I must look into that. Ooh, I found this online. It's quoted by Jim Jarmusch. Bellatar's films remind us of the strange and beautiful potential of narrative cinema. So I might not have been far thinking that Jim Jarmusch's movies, or Stranger Than Paradise, was influenced by Bellatar's movies. I had no idea that Jim Jarmusch had any connection with Hungarian, or maybe he doesn't, maybe he just wrote that, but that was pretty cool. It's cool to see that connection, the way the camera pans, like very slowly from one environment to a different environment. And even in just those panning itself, it's like, it's almost the movie itself. The movie is this shifting from one environment to another environment, but yet at like a very centered point, if that makes any sense. The one thing that I noticed too is that even though some of these sort of smaller budget films, there's things that they do that is very common throughout other small budget films, especially back then, where it's like, I'm sure you're restricted by how much film you had, and seeing film go, it's like you're losing money over just seeing as the film gets shot. Where it's different today, where it's like you can keep running your cameras and it's all digital. But there's a lot of long takes that I found really interesting. And what's great about that too is like, that they can't cut into performances, so there's always this like organic quality to it, the way the actors are performing and they're timing themselves amongst each other. I found that really neat, and I found that very present in this movie. Found out too, John Lurie did the score on this, and I can imagine he did the score for the Cleveland scene and the Florida scene, which had very two different sounds to it, but really like immersed you in the environment, or the way they wanted to present the environment. You know, you arrive to Cleveland, is cold, and there's element of darkness, and you just feel like you can't see far. And they literally show that. They literally show the characters walking up into like that, up to the lake, and you can't even see the lake. So I thought that was really interesting. And then, you know, the score for Florida was like more upbeat, and you got to see a lot of there still wasn't as much life as I thought it might have had, because the music was just, you know, kind of got you into it. But that's my first time. This is my first time doing this, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching my reactions, and hopefully you guys have seen the movie, or you guys will see the movie. And I think it's an important movie to watch for cinema's sake, and its ability to tell like a story that's raw and organic, and it's fun, you know. And I really believe that it's a really important, and it's in a black and white film. It's very minimalist. There's a minimalist call. I mean, the way the title credits show up or the logo shows up, it's just black and white. It doesn't try to be more than it should be. And I feel like that's a great contribution to cinema, and a timeless contribution, because sometimes I feel movies try to overdo it sometimes, and we can, you know, take a step back and just appreciate simpler stuff. So thank you again. Have a good day, y'all.